this is going to be a completely different video to anything I've done before, but it should be wildly exciting, albeit lengthy and difficult, but let's do it. I've had my phone in the fridge for about 10 minutes. Probably isn't a great idea, but hopefully it's not going to overheat now, which it is known to do after about 7 minutes, and this is going to take longer than 7 minutes. So I've got backup camera going on over there as well, and some vocal audio, and the guitar is plugged in to my computer being recorded, as is all the left hand side of all the computer audio as well being recorded in another track. I've only got 2 tracks, so I can't do it in stereo. Point is, I'm going to be playing a couple of shows with, well, 4 shows with Lost Brethren in over a month, actually just over a month now, and the difficulty is that I don't actually know all the songs yet. And I knew him from when Zombified toured with BTK a couple of times years ago, and he has a solo project pretty much called Lost Brethren, and I was a big fan of it in the past. I thought it was great, and then he asked me to record some guitar solos for it for the new album, and of course I said yes, and then about a year later that was done, and it was great. I loved doing that. But then he asked if I wanted to play live as well, and I thought, yeah, let's do it. And there's a couple of shows they did that I didn't join in on because time wasn't really ready yet for it. And it's not a band, it's a 3-piece band, you know, including myself. So point is, I'm trying to learn all the rhythm guitar parts as well, which are very difficult. So it's been a bit of a challenge, and I thought, while I'm doing all this, I will do a video on pretty much how to work out a song, but it's going to be in an advanced level to an extent here, so, you know, but it's more interesting as well if you're someone that already does this sort of thing. It's going to be hopefully interesting. So let's start immediately. I'm going to open this door slightly because I can already feel the room getting warm, which isn't going to be good for my phone. Okay, I'm going to play the song. Like, I'll put the song into this recording properly, but I'm gonna press play here and not use this audio because it will only be left. But I'm gonna play you the start of the song right now, pretty much. So you get the idea, nice relaxing hymnal. Basically, it's flat out madness, but let's see just how much madness it is. I'm going to tune to D standard, even though the other guys tune to drop D. I just don't do drop D. I don't do any alternative tunings. It just has to be standard, so I'm doing D standard. Sorry. It's better. Yeah, it's going to be D standard, and I know that already. I've been working out the other songs. So this one, just first thoughts, it's in 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down, 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 down. So 12/8 probably, something like that. What way am I going to tab this out? If I tab it in 12/8, dun, 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 dun. The bar is going to be very long if it's 12/8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there's a lot of notes going on there for 2 bars. So I'm going to do it in 6/8. Doesn't really matter. It's subjective. My phone is hiding the icon for Guitar Pro. I'm recording the screen as well, so you should be able to see the screen. There's a bit of screen for you. So I'm going to go into 6/8 we're going to do. 6, 8. Good. I'm going to leave a blank bar at the start. Just make a few bars there. I'll leave one blank bar just because I don't like using the first bar. It doesn't look nice. And one, I mean, like, there's all sorts of stuff going on in a song when you hear it in a mix like that. It's very full. It's like everything's happening: bass, guitar layers, vocals, drums. It's all going on. So I'm lucky enough to be the owner of the right guitar, which is like guitar panned right, the one that I'm supposed to be playing. So what I can do is listen to that on its own, which is great. Very useful. If you could do this, like I do this sort of thing in work and teaching in the music school all the time, but it's pop songs and stuff. It's normally very easy. Sometimes you have to go home and, you know, work something out, even a pop song, to be honest. Some of them are awkward enough to hear from your phone or amongst all the drums that go on in the music school. So here we go. And that's the thing with this band, there's variation going on everywhere. And with this you can really hear what's happening. Is it just all chords? Is there individual notes going on? It sounds like digga digga dan 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 down. So that's at the start, so it's not. Something like that. It'll be alright on the night, don't worry. If you're coming out to see the shows, it's going to be great. Come out and tell me how I do at the end of it. It really sounds like digga digga dang 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 as opposed to just. Okay, so I'm going to just start with writing that in straight off the mark. So 1, 2, digga digga dang 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 down 2, 3. So it's not even like on the beat, bang on bar 1. It's actually a bit of what's called an anacrusis, but because I'm in 6/8, it doesn't really matter. And I have to change this guitar profile. I should have done it in advance. Down to D standard. Get a bit of distortion guitar on there. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. So it's quavers we're gonna use. Open, open, 1, 1, and then we're gonna go on to crotchets. Fret 5. Da 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 da. Oh, I've done it wrong. Oh, it's because it's in 6/8. 2, 3, dun 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 dun. Okay, no, we'll do it like that. It's alright. So make those semi-quavers. Make that a quaver. That's a quaver or an eighth note, whatever you want to call it. Da 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 ding ding. Then 1 down to 2 and 3 and so it's tied over to there. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so far that's what we're looking. See what the tempo's like as well. Yeah, that's about right. The tempos were written down and I thought that's just completely wrong, it's incorrect. But it's done as crotchets are 120. It should really be dotted crotchets are 120 because that's where the beat is in 6/8. But it literally doesn't matter right now because we're not using metronome. So back to the track, what's happening? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, jam, jam, jam. And palm muted. And then, from what I can hear, 2 bars worth of, or 1 whole bar worth of rest, 2 beats worth. Let's hear it again. So that's, don't even need the guitar. Bam. Probably 3-note power chords, but it doesn't really matter for this. Does it land there? Let's see. As you can hear, the variation is just constant, nothing really repeats. So back to start. So got a jam. Or does it go to 5? That's the question. Okay, so change there, it's not going up to 5 that time, it's only in 3. And again, listen to it, it's constant listens. Constantly changing, but we can copy that, paste it in there, and change these to a dun 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 dun. So it sounds like the rhythm's a little bit held back there, but might just be the way it's being played. So okay. So same as the start, semi-quavers, there's 6 of them because they're in 6/8, so everything's in 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the 3s are split into 2 each, which makes 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and all that sort of stuff. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and another one. Only like that. A quaver. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, dun, dun, dun. Because, oops. Because it lands on the beat. Fantastic. Started to get difficult. That's that bar filled, and we've got the diddle 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 down. Pretty sure that's good for now. What we'll do is actually check that with the full mix. And just had a thought, or a notice that maybe all of these land on the beat, so let's check that. And the answer is yes, so we need to do this. Insert a wee quaver so we can tie that over, and then we've got an extra one which we're going to bring into here. I think there's an easier way of doing that. So da da da, 1 2 3, bam bam bam, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, da da da. So again, need this. Yeah, pretty sure if you paste in, it goes in front anyway of whatever it's hanging over. And then I can just do this, and that will automatically turn into ties. Unpalmate them, can't unpalmate them, delete it, delete, delete. Tie those, that's more like it. Dun, 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 dun. That one's fine because it's landing there. Okay, so that's definitely correct so far. There we go. Let's see what this little trill part is, or not trill at all, the little upward thing. And that didn't help me at all because it's the full mix. I need the isolated guitar. Which is here. So when you're working out something that's fast like this and melodic, it's hard to hear it all at once. You know, sometimes you just know what it's going to be. This is, I've got ideas but I'm not exactly sure. So a method of doing it is just really listen for the first note. I know it seems ridiculous, but listen for the first note, and as soon as it happens, stop it. Just keep that note in your head and work that one out and write it down, and then play it again. You're not going to listen to the first note this time. You can to check it, but for the next note, you're just going to listen to the second note. Really get that in your head. Just try and you listen to it like 20 times in a row, whatever you need to do to get that note. The other thing is, because I'm not in drop D and Adam recorded these in drop D, some of it doesn't really fit as nicely with opens and things like that, but it's just going to be harder, isn't it? So even if you sing the note, ha, ha, pretty sure it's that note. It's not that though, it's similar to that, but it's not that. So it is diminished thirds, it's just skipping one of them. then listen again. Is it that? And the answer is yes. Don't know if it's a slide or not, but so it's probably opens going on when Adam's playing it in standard. I have to play it higher up because I'm in D standard, so I have to play it all with my fingers at this point. Although I'm probably getting away with that note. So let's write that in, and that's easy enough. Da, 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 da. Again, back to the semiquavers. 2 notes per, not per beat, but per pulse. No, it's the other way around. 2 notes per tap, you know. So it's going to be semiquavers, hopping up to there, and then bam, 2, 3. Save, always continually save. So that's it. I'm going to get rid of that click. There we go. So that's that bit done. Let's just immediately start tapping it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Bam. Oops. Bam. For once, it's actually simple to play. One, two, three, dun, dun, dun. I have that over here, so we can just copy that in. There we go, that was easy. Not for long. What's coming now? What is this? You really got to do that. You can't talk in between. Just got to preserve those notes in your head. Think of them. Is that a power? Is it power chord notes? Sounds bigger. Sounds like those ninths. And then now I'm specifically listening for the third one. Okay, that one's good. Then you think, where am I going to play this? They are tremolo picked. Now I'm going to listen for the 4th note, and I know the 5th note is going to be tied across for 2 beats worth. What's the last note? There's the 4th note. Don't know if you can hear that yourselves, but you get better at hearing these things, knowing distances between, so you can hear like fifths or whatever you want, you know. It helps you with improvising and all sorts. Going across too many strings sort of is annoying. It's like, is the span less annoying? Then the other thing to think about is, what would this be like in standard? Like one. It wouldn't really be that much easier. It's all sort of fret ones going on. So it'd be that note. Then that note, but for me it's this note. So that's how you practice that. Not that that's perfect yet, but just constantly over and over again until it smooths out. So we're gonna go and just put the notes in to begin with. In fact, I'm gonna put them in at the proper speed to begin with. So I'm gonna go for triplets. It could be 4 notes per note, you know, the tremolo pick, but it's gonna be roughly 3. And save. Never know when the electricity is going to suddenly cut out and ruin your project. Okay, let's go back to the master and see what the vibe of this is like.